What's going on YouTube? Kevon Moore here, back with another YouTube video. And as you can see from the title, I'm going to be discussing what I feel is my experience, my failures, my return, and my thoughts about truck driving, right? So, you want to get your Class A CDL. What you do is you go to DMV, you get the CDL book, or if you don't feel like going to DMV, what you can do is download any CDL prep app. Practice CDL tests, it gives you practice questions, it gives you all of those things, right? And you take general knowledge, air brakes, and combinations, because to this day, my largest video viewed on YouTube is how to pass the CDL permit test, and to this day I still get questions about how I passed it, about what CDL app I specifically use. Listen, go to the Play Store on your Apple or your Android or whatever, your Boost Mobile, doesn't matter, Simple Mobile, whatever, your Cricket, go to the Play Store, type in CDL Prep. Doesn't matter which one you use, just type the shit in and download it. You feel me? It's free, and you just take the practice test over and over and over again until you have committed enough questions you feel to memory, and that you will not be thrown off if you were to go to the DMV and actually see them. You feel like you've mastered and committed a lot to memory, that if you go to the DMV test, there should be a high percentage that a question will not shock you. You have seen it so many times, whether you got it wrong the first time, if you keep doing anything over and over and over again, you're going to get it. Repetition is the father or the mother of learning. So keep doing the same thing over and over, you're bound to get it. So, DMV, general knowledge, air brakes, and combinations. Then you can go to a CDL school, yada, 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 and all those things, right? You learn your pre-trip inspection and all those things, right? So after I did that, my first CDL training school I went to was CR England in it was Burns Harbor, Indiana. They sent me a bus ticket. I was watching videos with like Trucker Brown chasing Andrew Jackson, the Asian Mai. I was just so much into trucking and watching other people do it. I just said, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Went, passed the test, first try, and I'm in Burns Harbor, Indiana, which was a mistake. Or what I would say is it wasn't the best route, because I could have went at least to what I would go to now, CRST, because with CR England, they actually they put a restriction on my license, so I'm unable to drive manual transmissions, even though I really want to learn. I guess many mega carriers, they are opting out of manual transmissions and they're going to automatic transmissions, right? That's not with just CR England, that's with a lot of companies, Prime, Warner, JB Hunt, all these big mega carriers. So I feel like if you're gonna get your CDL and you only want to drive automatic, cool. That restriction, it shouldn't really apply to you. However, if you want to drive manual transmissions, I suggest that you look for a school that still trains on manual transmissions. That way you don't have the restriction on your license. That's number one. Number two, I also feel like within my 11 months to a year of having my CDL, I was employed by maybe 4 companies, man. I started off at CR England, didn't like them. I went to Night. Then I got fired from Night, didn't like them. Well, Night was pretty cool, but, I just got fired from there, said, all right, fuck them. Just move on. Then after Night, I went to Trans Am for about 6 months, which was probably which is the longest company I've stayed at for a period of time. So after Trans Am, got fired from there. Boom, Schneider. Then it's like Schneider fired me too. So aside from CR England, I've basically been fired from 3 jobs, to be honest with you. And I'm like, when I sit back and reflect on why I'm being fired from all these CDL jobs, right? It's not the company, it's literally me. So what I can advise anyone who's thinking about getting their CDL is to take it extremely serious, man. I was doing a lot of stupid and a lot of dangerous things, man, especially while operating a commercial motor vehicle of that. Now, I wasn't like texting on the phone and like, you know what I mean? But like, I was just not being fully attentive to the craft and the skill of driving a commercial motor vehicle. So the level of just humbleness that I have now, and the level of appreciation that I should have had when I first went and obtained my CDL. It is almost as if like is becoming more of a seriousness to actually drive and operate a commercial motor vehicle. Because let's not get it twisted, man. You make any type of mistake at the wrong time, and that could cost you your life, that can cost you someone else's life, that can cost you your CDL license. Like, it is not a game out here. And just being away from the trucking industry for going on a year now, it has, like, I've been in it for almost a year, I've been out of it for going on a year as well, and like I'm thinking about going back into it only because the appreciation that I have now is not the appreciation that I had while I was getting it. I understood that, yeah, I'll be driving trucks, but I like, to a certain extent, the level of severity that I should have had and seriousness that I should have had for the CDL license, I did not have. I just saw that like a license, and then like, okay, bless, you know what I mean? Like, I can use this to make, some money. Hang on one second. I can use this to make some money, or whatever the case may be. And aside from that, it's like I was just goofing off, what, and then I came across this guy's channel. His channel is HT Logistics 3434, and the way he breaks down information about leasing, about being an owner operator, obtaining your own authority, the way he just breaks down the fundamentals of the industry. He talks about percentage pay. He talks about mileage pay. He talks about when to buy a truck. He talks about truck auctions. When I hear him speak through his videos, there's something that resonates with me personally, and it's like, wait a minute. I have to go back to the fundamentals. I have to humble myself and say, okay, this craft needs to be taken seriously. Just because you have a CDL Class A license doesn't mean that you don't have the opportunity to lose it. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't treat it with any less respect. You should treat it with more respect. You understand? So, am I thinking about getting back into trucking? Absolutely, yes. 110,000%. To be quite honest with you, I miss the open road. I miss the road. I miss being on I miss the truck stops. I miss the rest areas. I miss, just being in different time zones. I miss a lot about trucking. I miss seeing different states, experiencing different highways, learning different highways, just seeing the scenery, driving up and down mountains, and just actually appreciating life outside of New York City, appreciating the roads, appreciating the truckers and the truck drivers job. Like, trucking here in America, especially, I don't know, well, I can assume that probably for across the world, no matter where you're at, whether it's be in America, whether it be Canada, whether it be Australia, whether it be Europe, the trucking industry in itself is a very honorable career path, because without trucks delivering freight, regardless of what the freight is, whether it be reefer, or whether it be flatbed, or whether it be dry van, whether it be tanker, the country, especially here in America, we operate because of truck drivers. If truck drivers were not bringing food to your local Walmart, or clothes to your TJ Maxxes, or things that you can't afford, so you go to like the dollar store, like Dollar Tree or Family Dollar, those things are brought in by trucks. If you go to a supermarket and all the meats are there, like, it was probably brought in by a truck driver. Coca-Cola and Pepsi and dog food, cat food, and clothes and toilet paper, like, all of these things are just brought in by truck drivers. So for me, it's like, when I was in it, I was so concerned about real estate and not really appreciating what I'm doing, and being so anxious, and just to just to want to drive and make money. Yes, you will make money. Yes, I was not making the money I knew I was gonna make, and then I left for a year. It's like, I'm thinking about getting back into it, being humble, appreciating the thing that I'm doing, becoming more disciplined as a young man, which trucking gave me the opportunity to. Because when I came back from the road, I was doing all types of stuff. You know what I mean? But I just missed the open road. I miss the open road. I miss the freedom of being behind the wheel. I miss the fact that I was seeing the country, and I miss where truck driving can actually take me. You know what I mean? And it's like trucking to me has made me a better individual, and will continue to make me a better individual. So that's my little spiel. You can follow me on Instagram at Kevon Moore. And if you're thinking about getting your CDL, get it. Man or woman, get it. Like, because the opportunities are endless. And if you want to drive manual transmissions, try to find a company that does not have or does not train on automatic transmissions only, so you won't have that restriction. Study the general knowledge, study your air brakes, and study your combinations, and get endorsements. I'm thinking about getting my tanker endorsement. I'm thinking about getting all of these things, not doubles and triples, but I feel like if I go into it with the knowledge and the humility that I have now, then I'll be a lot more cautious of a driver, be a lot more appreciative, and be a lot more thankful for what that industry has taught me and what that industry has brought to my personal life and just for my personal development and growth. So that's pretty much it. This video has gone on for about 11 minutes now, and just give thanks. And I thank HT Logistics 3434 for just putting out positive videos of just and not just him, man. Big ups to Trucker Brown, big ups to Chase and Andrew Jackson, big ups to any truck driver who I feel like, you're just making a difference. You feel me? Truckers are really winning. KB the Trucker. Man, there's a lot of YouTube channels out there. But trucking is definitely not a bad career path. It can be extremely lucrative as long as you're humble, as long as you're smart, as long as you take your time, as long as you learn, and as long as you're willing to pay the price and sacrifice the tremendous sacrifice, because you will be away from home. You will miss birthdays, you will miss events, you will miss all these things. However, you will gain a certain a certain just experience, a certain level of integrity. You should. But there's a lot to gain from being a truck driver. There's a lot to lose as well. But be humble, be smart, take your time with it. Appreciate that CDL Class A license, because it is a skill that not many people have, not many people have mastered, and not many people, just are willing to make that tremendous sacrifice for. So I'll end the video here. If you're thinking about getting your CDL, go for it, and just take your time when you're out there on the road, and have an appreciation for the road and for the lives of others out there on the road. All right. One love, peace and blessings. Get that Class A CDL. Chuck Rastafari. Bless.